Hey yo, it's Brian here. Today, talking about the San Francisco 49ers. In this one, looking at the future of our quarterback, Trey Lance. I'm excited for him. I hope you guys are as well. There's a lot of great things to look forward to with him as the starting quarterback. But for right now, Jimmy Garoppolo is our man. Going to be posing the question to you guys: when will Trey be the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers? It's going to be a second, but you never know. You get a lot of different answers from a lot of different people, including myself, and going to try to answer this question as much as possible. Maybe predict when he will be taking the reins as the 49ers starting quarterback. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. Nothing too crazy for me. I do have a new podcast out for you guys with my friend Aaron. If you guys want to check it out, link in the description below for both Apple and Spotify, whichever streaming service you do listen to. Hope you guys do enjoy it. Before I get the video started, as always, please like and subscribe. That's going to definitely help you out a lot. Click that bell notification to get notified of future videos. Share the channel, share this content with fellow Niner faithfuls. Let's get this started. 49ers, when will quarterback Trey Lance be the official starter? There's a lot of things going on in the 49er world. A lot of people are talking about this because Trey is a very interesting prospect. He got drafted 3rd overall, so you're going to have a lot of attention for the media. And actually, a lot of people are talking about the 49ers. I mean, a lot of people usually don't. Even when the 49ers were in their Super Bowl run, nobody really talked about the 49ers unless it was the Super Bowl against the Chiefs. But you know what? It's a perfect time to talk about them. Look at the future of the franchise. I'm getting a lot of different answers. I mean, Skip Bayless from Undisputed. A lot of you guys love him. A lot of you guys hate him. But he's saying that he can start straight up week 1 and hopefully lead the team to the Super Bowl. That I completely disagree with, as much as that is a reasonable answer, because he believes he has all the right tools to be the starting quarterback. Very smart, very intelligent, a film junkie. I just don't see the 49ers starting him anytime soon from week 1. I think the best thing to do is just to let him sit for a little bit, and even if it's a couple games, it's better than just throwing him into the fire week 1. I mean, this is not a polished quarterback like maybe like a Mac Jones who's ready to start. Trey is a little bit raw, and some people would use his age 20. I don't think that really makes a big difference at all. Just him playing a very handful of games at North Dakota State, even though it was a dominant career in college. Still, only a very few starts and didn't even play that much in 2020. A little bit cause for concern if he does start for week 1, but I don't believe so. I mean, if they really wanted to go this route, they would have cut Jimmy Garoppolo prior to April 1st, the start of the new league year, where his salary cap is astronomical right now, $20+ million. They would have cut him before then. They would have only eaten a very little part of the salary cap. That's what I'm seeing right now. I think Lynch and Kyle Shanahan still do believe in Jimmy Garoppolo in the short term. I think they're kind of big fans of him, but at the same time, the injuries, the turnovers, I know that pisses Kyle off pretty much. That's why they're drafting the quarterback in this draft, in particular in 2021. Jimmy, as much as I love him, as much as I believe he can be a great quarterback, not just for us, but unfortunately somewhere else, yeah, the injuries are really painful, and that's really derailing his career. As Bill Parcells says, the best ability is availability, and Jimmy Garoppolo, as talented that he is, as a great quarterback he is with a 24-9 start, he just can't stay healthy. That's the very unfortunate thing about him for his career so far in both New England and San Francisco. Looking at Jed York, he is saying that they don't mind him sitting for 2 years, letting him sit under Jimmy, because Jimmy is still a great quarterback. And yeah, I completely agree with Jed. I don't agree with Jed a lot of things, but having Trey sit for 2 seasons, that would be a bad idea at all. But for me personally, if I'm looking at the whole situation, I'd say he sit for a year, or if Jimmy has a big slip up to the point where he can't come back from it, like too many turnovers in a single game or getting injured, unfortunately, then yeah, Trey will take over the reins as the starting quarterback. We'll see how this 2021 season goes. I mean, this is a very pressurous season for Jimmy to play really well and keep the starting job as much as he can. Kind of like a Joe Montana, Steve Young thing, where Montana was looking over Young over his shoulder, but he was able to play some of the best football in his career by having that extra motivation for having that backup quarterback to potentially take your starting job forever. And that's what ended up happening eventually. Young took over the 49ers and 1991, 1992, have a great, awesome career for the 49ers to have 2 future Hall of Famers, and we're hoping to get into that path. Well, I don't think Jimmy's a Hall of Famer right now, but he could be a great quarterback, and then Trey could take over the reins. Hopefully, he'll have a great career with the 49ers. And it's as soon as possible. Whenever Jimmy does have a slip up, I hope he doesn't, but if he does, or in this, like Jed York says, 2 seasons, pretty much when the contract's over for Garoppolo, there's a lot of uncertainty in terms of that. But Trey, I believe he can be ready for this season. I don't think it's going to be week 1, but I think it can be maybe during the middle of the season. But as I said, I don't think that's the best idea to start him in the long term for week 1, because of the fact that no rookie quarterback has ever won the Super Bowl for their respective team. Ben Roethlisberger, Russell Wilson, the closest people to ever win the Super Bowl, very close into early in their careers, but never has happened as a rookie quarterback. That's why I don't really want to put Trey into the starting lineup forever in this first season in 2021 because it just won't happen. The 49ers are in a win-now mode, and Jimmy Garoppolo, I think, is the best candidate to be the quarterback and lead his team to a Super Bowl title. It is a little bit weird. They're also in a contractual situation because Trey, he's on a rookie deal. You want to maximize the rookie deal as much as you can before you have to pay him a lot of money to eat up the salary cap for a quarterback. Got to think about that as well. Jed has got to be a little bit careful for saying 2 years, maybe a year or two, but 2 years is really pushing it. You got to find out how Trey is probably within late in the season or early on the season. I'm hoping it's early on next year if the 49ers do win the Super Bowl with Jimmy, but there's a lot more variables into this whole situation. But a lot of people are saying different things. Skip Bayless, as I said, he's going to be starting week 1 is what he thinks. Jed York thinks he can sit out for 2 years and then be a great quarterback. I say it's as soon as possible whenever Jimmy has a slip up, or maybe next year in 2022, but you get very different answers from a lot of people. That's pretty much it, you guys. Please let me know what you guys think about this whole Trey Lance thing. When do you think he's going to be starting for the 49ers as the long-term guy? Please let me know in the comments below. If you guys like this, please like and subscribe. That's going to help you out a lot. I'll be catching you guys up probably tomorrow on a Friday. I'll see y'all then. Bye, guys. Love y'all. You have a great rest of your night. Go Niners all day.